here. Just to introduce myself, my name is Kunal Kapoor. I'm Director of Product Management, primarily focused on all the cloud integration products and capabilities we are building. I'm joined today by Dirk, who's our tech lead for our Snap mobility products, and that's kind of going to be the focus of our discussion today. And Naveen, who's our cloud architect, who oversees all the cloud integration work we are doing, and he's going to be talking a little bit about a sneak peek into Cloud Block Store, another product we kind of wanted to at least introduce to you guys and obviously provide more details in the future. So just to give some context from a pure storage perspective, we've been very successful over the last few years building on-prem storage, FlashArray, FlashBlade. We've got success across many verticals, addressing many use cases. But the one thing that what we found is that a lot of our customers on-prem are building a lot of cloud-like services, like building private clouds, hosted clouds, SaaS. And the reason for that was that Pure really brings a mix of the goodness of on-prem storage and cloud. What I mean by that is with on-prem storage, you get the tier 1 capabilities when you talk about storage efficiencies and all the data services, but the simplicity, scalability, and flexibility of the cloud. That's enabled our customers with the platforms and the software we have to really build out those private clouds, hosted clouds in their environments. And that kind of made it a little bit simpler for us to make that pivot to the cloud, because we had a lot of learnings from these customers as they were building out these private clouds, but we're also making a pivot to the cloud, be it hybrid or be it complete shift into the cloud. But when we looked at the landscape of what we have in on-prem and the cloud, what we found is there's a really big cloud divide. And what I mean by that is if you look at the application architectures that are there on-prem today, they are packaged VMs, really these app islands that people usually create on-prem. But in the cloud, it's web scale applications, container applications, so very different kind of application architecture. And if you look at the management and consumption experience, that's very different too. It's CapEx oriented really on-prem, very manual, scripted kind of management of how people manage their storage boxes. And on the cloud, it's API first everything, and it's obviously OpEx, very kind of on-demand consumption models. But where we found probably the biggest difference was in the storage layer. In the storage layer, what we found is it's dedicated storage arrays with rich feature sets, resilience, great resiliency, availability, reliability that customers have come to expect. But it was missing a lot of cloud-like features that people like about going to the cloud. And when you look at the cloud, it's shared storage services is what you get. And it's API, as I mentioned, everything. And it's very simple and scalable, but again, missing a lot of the enterprise-like features that people have come to expect on-prem storage. So what we challenged ourselves with was, can we build a common shared data services layer that really enables this bi-directional application mobility and portability? And what I mean by that is, as a customer, we did not want our customers to be really, if you build in the cloud, you can never bring that application back on-prem, or if you build it on-prem, you can't port it into the cloud. We wanted to try to challenge ourselves by building a common shared data services layer that really enables this innovation of wherever you build, doesn't matter, if your business or application needs it, you can make that move either or. Seamless orchestration obviously was a key tenet of that, because we know that anytime you're doing any kind of portability, the orchestration is a key element of that. And the underpinning of that is really having a very consistent API model that kind of spans on-prem and the cloud. So again, when we started to build out our common shared data services layer, what we really were focused on was, can we make the application portable and compatible across on-prem and the cloud? We wanted to make sure that you're getting this strong API consistency across on-prem and the cloud to really kind of build anywhere and run anywhere. You should not be thinking about re-architecting the app every time you have to move from on-prem to the cloud or cloud back on-prem. This enables many use cases, migration being one of them. If you need to migrate, we've all talked to a lot of customers who want to do lift and shift to the cloud. How can we enable that through having this common shared data services layer? And finally, innovation velocity. That obviously is the key kind of tenet of anything we want to do there to enable that. So the 3 pillars we've built our cloud vision on is build your cloud, run your cloud, and protect everywhere. And what I mean by that is build your cloud. I talked a little bit about it in my first slide, where our customers are building out their private clouds, their hosted clouds on Pure Storage today, on FlashArray and FlashBlade, with just the simplicity, flexibility, scalability that we have on our platforms. So we've been very, very successful there. By run anywhere, I mean taking the goodness of the flash array, for example, and really bringing that and providing that as a native offering within AWS. So taking all the goodness of the flash array software, the Purity software, and porting that into the cloud running natively in AWS. And Naveen's going to give a sneak peek of that, what we're doing there. And protect everywhere is kind of our focus area today. What we want to talk about, two products, CloudSnap, and just kind of a little brief I'll give about Object Engine. So these are the three products that kind of are the underpinning of our cloud vision that we announced late last year. Cloud Block Store, as I just mentioned, is really the Purity software running in the cloud, giving you tier 1 enterprise-grade capabilities around storage efficiencies and data protection. Object Engine gives you kind of the best of both worlds. You can still use your backup software for all your backup orchestration and all of your, indexing, cataloging, granular restores that you've come to value on backup software, but really get the benefit of with Object Engine around dedupe, around your S3 streams that you have. So you can write that to on-prem S3 storage, or you can write that or tier that to the cloud. So really bringing the best of both worlds, a very modernized backup architecture integrated into your existing backup workflows. And finally, CloudSnap. CloudSnap is really going to be our focus of our discussion today. So when we look at our data protection mechanisms that, what our customers have deployed, what we found is that it really depends on the granularity of what you want to protect. So when you think about array level disaster or even a data center disaster, you want to have technologies and capabilities that enable that. With Pure Storage, with Flash Array, we have async replication that helps you from a DR event, and active cluster, which helps you kind of give you that resiliency. If you have an outage on one array, you can always seamlessly fail over to another array. So kind of giving you that very seamless active kind of orchestration tool. And obviously volume level. So volume level corruption, we see that very often in environments. How can you take snapshots to instantly basically take those snapshots, restore from those snapshots within a few minutes, within seconds. So that's kind of, and snapshots is the underpinning of all the technologies that we've built around our data protection capabilities within the flash array. Portable snapshots, which is again going to be the focus of our discussion, that is basically taking the core tenet of our snapshot capabilities and making that portable. What I mean by portable is the snapshot has got data and metadata embedded in it, which makes it self-describing, that we can offload to low-cost targets, either on-prem with NFS targets or in the cloud with AWS S3. But because it's a self-describing snapshot, you can recover that snapshot to any flash array in your environment, or even to Cloud Block Store, which is our virtual flash array which are running in the cloud. Finally, single file restore and searchable catalog. What I mean by that is using your existing backup software and all the goodness that comes with it, and combining that with Object Engine to get you really the cost economics that Object Engine can provide you with the dedupe compression and giving you the capabilities to do that on-prem with S3 targets, or be it in the cloud if you want to use cloud economics. So I talked a little bit about CloudSnap, and I let Dirk obviously dig deep into that and really provide a lot more technical details in the product. But in a nutshell, CloudSnap is really built into the flash array. It gives customers the ability to take snapshots, local snapshots on the flash array now, but through the flash array itself, the ability to offload those snapshots to NFS targets or to AWS S3. And why that is really kind of differentiated, we believe, is because, one, the snapshots that we take are the first snapshot's full. Every snapshot after that is incremental. So we really are optimizing on the bandwidth consumption. But even our restores are going to be incremental, where we make sure that only the blocks that are kind of not existing on the array are the ones we're going to pull back. So we're going to really optimize that. And it becomes very important because you really reduce your egress costs when you're doing that kind of efficient restore. Finally, flexible restore options. You can restore, because it's a self-describing portable snapshot as I talked about, it allows you to now not only recover to the same flash array, but you can recover to any flash array on-prem or to even Cloud Block Store, which is your virtual flash array living in the cloud. So it's very simple, very efficient, and kind of focuses on that volume level, crash consistent snapshot protection that you can get kind of built into the flash array. So we thought about it as, how can we provide this capability as just an extension of primary storage? We didn't want additional media servers, additional software, additional licenses. This is all built into the flash array. You can just use that, upgrade to the latest code, 5.2, and you have this capability that you can leverage right away.